When you receive your salary at the end of the month, it can be easy to see that amount as the maximum you can spend or the limit of what is financially achievable. However, the true key to changing your financial life begins with shifting that mindset. Instead of viewing your salary as something that restricts your possibilities, start seeing it as a powerful tool for building something greater. Just as a bricklayer uses bricks to construct a house, you can use your salary to build something much bigger, your financial freedom. Imagine your salary as a resource that, when well managed, can multiply and create more opportunities for the future. Instead of spending every penny in the present, begin thinking about how you can use your money wisely. True wealth doesn't come from what you earn, but from what you do with what you earn. Every amount you save and invest is a brick in building a more solid future. Don't think of your salary as a ceiling, but as a foundation for something much bigger. It's common to think that by earning more money, things will improve and that it will be possible to start saving. However, this mindset is a big mistake. The reality is that the key to financial stability isn't how much you earn, but how you manage what you already have. This is a crucial point for building wealth, learning to live below your means, regardless of how much you earn. Imagine you're controlling a vehicle, and at first, you even have room to accelerate. But if you don't pay attention to the road and speed limits, you may stray from the final goal, which is safety and financial success. This is the big challenge with money. People often fall into the trap of spending every last cent as soon as it hits their account, without realizing that this drains growth opportunities. To avoid this cycle of spending everything, it's essential to create a mindset of prioritization. Do a simple exercise. Before making any purchase, ask yourself if you truly need it at that moment. Many of the purchases we make are motivated by a temporary need for gratification, something that fades quickly. When you start living below your income, you're not just depriving yourself of things, but creating space for investments and building your financial future. Establishing this new lifestyle doesn't mean giving up pleasure or living austerely. It means becoming more mindful of your choices, spending wisely, and saving with a clear purpose. By following this path, you create freedom. Instead of being trapped by immediate consumption, you begin living with more purpose, investing in what truly matters for your future, and creating a safe space to grow and prosper financially. This habit of living below your means will give you control over your money. And believe me, it's what will allow you to start building a stable and prosperous financial future without relying on a salary raise to make it happen. Now that you're starting to shift your mindset and control your spending, the next step is to structure your financial life in a clear and organized manner. This happens with a well-planned budget, which will help you see where your money is going and how to allocate it strategically. A budget is not just a control tool, but a way to give you more security and financial freedom. With it, you'll be able to identify if you're spending unnecessarily or if you're on the right track to achieving your financial goals. First, divide your income into 3 essential categories. The idea is that this distribution helps maintain a balance between your needs, your leisure, and of course your investments for the future. 50% for basic needs. This includes all essential expenses such as housing, food, transportation, utility bills, and healthcare. These are the things that cannot be ignored because they are fundamental to your daily life. These expenses should be prioritized to ensure you have a comfortable standard of living without financial struggles. 30% for leisure and quality of life. This includes what is essential for your well-being and happiness. Leisure isn't just an indulgence, it's an important part of a balanced life. This can include recreational activities, trips, dining out, hobbies, or anything else that brings joy and satisfaction. Keeping this part of the budget healthy is important to avoid the temptation of tightening the belt so much that you lose motivation along the way. 2% for investments and savings. This part will secure your future. The idea here is to put your money to work for you. This can include savings, investments in stocks, real estate, or any other form of growing your money. Additionally, it's essential to create an emergency fund, so you have resources in case of unforeseen events without needing to rely on credit or fall into debt. These percentages can be adjusted according to your financial reality, but the key is ensuring you have a clear control of what you earn and spend. A clear budget will give you a roadmap to make more informed decisions and avoid waste. Over time, this planning will become second nature, and you will not only have control of your financial situation, but you'll also realize that you're closer to achieving your goals and dreams. True financial freedom begins with organization. Therefore, dedicate yourself to creating a budget that is realistic, flexible, and adjusts as your life changes. This is the path to full control over your money, and most importantly, to creating a safer and more prosperous future. Many times we make purchase decisions based on a momentary impulse, a sense of immediate pleasure that fades quickly. We've all been influenced by the desire to buy something we don't really need. This could range from that attractive piece of clothing that seems essential to a gadget or a new app that doesn't bring real benefits to your life. This kind of behavior is common, but if left uncontrolled, it can become a major obstacle in wealth building. The problem with impulse spending is that it happens almost automatically without thinking about the long-term consequences. You look at something, feel a temporary need to have it, and suddenly the money that could have been invested or saved disappears, leaving no real value behind. However, every time you make an impulse purchase, you delay the construction of your financial future. That's why the next step is learning to resist these impulses and make purchase decisions more consciously. Before making any purchase, ask yourself, do I really need this right now? This simple reflection can make all the difference. Many of the products we buy are not essential, but just temporary desires. The strategy here is to adopt the discipline of only buying what truly adds value to your life or what will be a long-term investment. It's important to remember that this change in behavior doesn't mean living a life without pleasure or without spending on things you enjoy. It means learning to control momentary desires and make more strategic decisions. Instead of spending on what is fleeting, you can direct your resources to something more lasting, like a planned trip, a professional development course, or even an investment that will generate returns in the future. A good way to start is by setting a waiting period for non-essential purchases. If you find yourself wanting something that isn't in your budget, set a rule to wait, for example, 48 hours before making the purchase decision. Often, this extra reflection time is enough to realize that the desired item isn't as necessary as you first thought. Additionally, when you practice this kind of discipline, you get used to the idea of thinking before acting, and it becomes a habit that, over time, makes a significant difference in your financial life. By avoiding impulse spending, you're not just saving money, but also creating mental space to make smarter financial decisions. And this control will help you accumulate the resources necessary to achieve financial independence. Every time you control yourself and choose not to spend unnecessarily, you're investing in your future. Now that you've started controlling your spending and have a budget in mind, the next essential step is ensuring that your financial future is treated with the priority it deserves. This starts with practicing a very powerful principle. Pay yourself first. It may seem counterintuitive, but this is the secret to ensuring that you're always doing what's best for your future before meeting all the other demands of the present. When you receive your salary, the first thing you should do is not pay the bills, not buy something new or spend on leisure. The first payment should be to yourself. This means setting aside a portion of your money before anything else, to ensure that you're building your financial future, not just living in the present. This amount should be allocated to three essential areas: your emergency fund, your investments, and your future projects. Emergency fund. One of the biggest financial concerns is the lack of security when an unexpected event occurs, whether it's a health issue, an accident, a car emergency, or any other unforeseen situation. The emergency fund is a financial cushion that will ensure you don't have to rely on credit or compromise your financial health when something unexpected happens. Ideally, this fund should be enough to cover 3 to 6 months of your essential expenses. Investments. Besides ensuring your security, it's crucial that you put part of your money to work for you. The concept of paying yourself first isn't just about ensuring you'll have what you need for emergencies, but also for your growth. This means allocating part of your money into investments that can generate returns, such as stocks, real estate funds, or even new projects that bring more financial opportunities. The key here is to start even with small amounts. The important thing is the habit of investing regularly, as time is the greatest ally of those who invest. Future projects. Finally, paying yourself first also means investing in yourself. By setting aside part of your salary for courses, books, or other forms of learning, you're preparing yourself to better take advantage of opportunities that come your way. Ongoing education and personal development are essential for your financial growth. These investments in your education will not only increase your knowledge, but also position you better to advance in your career, increase your income, or even diversify your earnings. Automating this process is the key to ensuring you pay yourself before anything else. Today, there are several banking and financial tools that allow you to set up automatic transfers to your investment or emergency fund accounts right after receiving your salary. This creates a simple and effective system that helps you stay focused on what truly matters. By adopting this mindset and habit of paying yourself first, you'll prioritize your financial freedom and build a solid foundation for your future. This is one of the most powerful habits for anyone seeking true financial independence, because you're ensuring that, regardless of present pressures, you're investing in what matters most: your financial well-being in the future. Debt is one of the biggest financial traps that can keep you stuck in a cycle of stress and difficulty. If not well managed, it can consume a significant portion of your income and prevent you from advancing in building your wealth. The goal here is to avoid unnecessary debts, especially those with high interest rates, such as credit card debt. These debts can become a snowball effect, where you end up paying more in interest than the original amount borrowed. The first step to avoid unnecessary debts is to understand what truly constitutes good debt and bad debt. Bad debts are those that don't bring any long-term return or benefit, such as credit card debt, personal loans, or installment plans at stores. These debts are often motivated by impulse buying and bring no lasting value. On the other hand, good debts are those that have the potential to generate a return in the future, such as financing for education, a course that will enhance your professional skills, or even a planned investment that appreciates over time. Here's a simple example of how bad debts can harm your financial situation. Imagine you bought an item on your credit card and didn't pay off the full bill. The key outstanding balance starts accumulating compound interest, and before you know it, you're paying far more than the original price of the item. That money could have been invested in something that truly generated returns for you, but instead it was consumed by high interest rates, creating a vicious cycle that takes you further from financial independence. The best thing to do is avoid using your credit card for unnecessary purchases. If you must use it, try to pay the full bill every month to avoid accumulating interest. If you're already dealing with revolving credit debt, the best strategy is to pay it off as quickly as possible because credit card interest rates can be extremely high. Another important point is to avoid installment payments for non-essential items. While it may seem tempting to buy something in installments, this type of debt will follow you for months or even years, preventing you from using that money to invest in more advantageous opportunities. Remember, every debt you take on is adding a burden to your financial future. Strategy to get out of debt. Prioritize high-interest debts like credit card balances and personal loans. Start by paying off these debts first. This will quickly relieve the financial burden and help you move forward faster. Don't add new debts. Avoid making new credit purchases, especially those that aren't essential. Learn to control yourself and prioritize what truly matters. Negotiate your debts. If your debts are already high, try negotiating with creditors to get better payment terms. In many cases, it's possible to reduce interest rates or obtain more favorable deadlines. By eliminating unnecessary debts, you're freeing up an important part of your income, which can be redirected towards savings and investments. Over time, this will not only improve your financial situation, but also give you more freedom and less worry about the future. The key here is to maintain clear and disciplined focus to prevent debts from taking control of your financial life. It's time to take a big step toward financial independence, increasing your income. Sometimes, simply controlling your spending is not enough to reach your financial goals. While living below your means and saving is essential, increasing your income can significantly accelerate your progress. There are various ways to do this, and the important thing is to be willing to explore new possibilities. The first step is to look at your skills and see how they can be leveraged to generate more money. You can start by learning a new skill or improving the ones you already have. This can be done through online courses, workshops, or even daily practice on a new project. For example, if you are good at writing, you could start offering writing services or even start a blog. If you have design skills, you can offer logo creation services or even start selling personalized products online. In addition to learning new skills, seek ways to stand out in your current job. If you are employed, now might be the time to shine and negotiate a raise or promotion. Show your superiors that you are valuable to the company, committed to your growth, and deserving of being rewarded for it. Sometimes, a promotion can result in a significant increase in income, and more importantly, can open doors for new opportunities within the company. Another way to increase your income is through side income sources. It doesn't have to be something grand, but small actions can have a considerable impact on your budget. For example, you can start freelancing, offering consulting in something you excel at, or even selling products on marketplaces. Today, with the internet, it's possible to create extra income without leaving home. The key here is consistency and commitment. What matters is not just increasing your income, but ensuring that the effort becomes sustainable over time. Increasing your income could also mean seeking new job opportunities. If you're in a job that offers few chances for growth or where your salary is stagnant, it may be time to start looking for a new job or even start a business. The job market is constantly changing, and there are many areas where you can stand out with a little effort and dedication. The important thing is to never settle and always seek ways to improve your financial situation. However, remember, increasing your income doesn't mean increasing your expenses. The goal is to put this extra income to work for you, either by saving or investing. This will help speed up the process of wealth building while also giving you more security and freedom. Practical tips to increase your income. Learn a new skill. Investing in your education is one of the most effective ways to increase your income in the long term. Negotiate your salary. If you're in a stable job, talk to your boss about a raise or promotion based on your performance. Seek extra income. Whether freelancing, consulting, or selling online, use your skills or interests to create an additional source of income. Start a business. If you have a business idea, consider starting something on your own. Even if you start small, over time it can grow and bring great returns. Increasing your income isn't just about working more, but about working smarter and more strategically. By doing this, you'll have more freedom to invest in your future and reach your long-awaited financial independence. Over time, the effort you put into increasing your income will be rewarded, bringing new opportunities and a more prosperous future. Now that you're controlling your spending, have created a budget, avoided debt, and even increased your income, it's time to take an important step. Start making your money work for you. The secret to achieving financial freedom is learning to invest, even with small amounts initially. The important thing is to start. Investing doesn't mean you need to be an expert or have large sums of money. The key is consistency and patience. Start with what you have. Even if it's small, if you invest regularly, you will see the results over time. There are several ways to invest, such as investment funds, stocks, fixed income, and even real estate. You can start with safer investments, like fixed income. And as you gain more confidence, explore riskier options like stocks to try to increase your returns. The first thing to do is set aside part of your salary for investment. This should be something you do every month, just like paying a bill. If you create the habit of investing, even in small amounts, your money will gradually begin to grow. The secret is consistency. Over time, these investments will generate returns and your wealth will start to expand. Additionally, it's important to think long-term. Many investors make the mistake of seeking quick results, and when they don't achieve the expected return right away, they become discouraged. But like any solid construction, wealth takes time. If you maintain discipline and keep investing, you can achieve your financial goals over time. The important thing is to take the first step. Don't wait until you have a large sum of money, because investing is a continuous process, and starting with small amounts is better than not starting at all. Every small amount invested today can become something significant in the future. With this habit of investing regularly, you'll be building a more secure financial foundation, and gradually you'll achieve greater freedom. The secret is to start, stay focused, and have patience to see the fruits of your efforts. We've reached the end of the 180-day plan, and the most important thing now is to realize that what you've done up until now isn't just a series of steps, but a true transformation in your mindset and daily actions. You've learned to see your salary as a tool to build a future, controlled your spending, paid yourself first, avoided debt, and increased your income. Now your money is starting to work for you through investments. What's great about this process is that it doesn't require major radical changes or huge efforts. Small habits, when followed with discipline, have a huge impact. You may not see immediate results, but over time, your investments will grow, your debts will decrease, and your financial situation will become more stable. Now, the challenge is to keep going. It doesn't matter if you're at the beginning or further along in this journey. The secret to achieving true financial freedom is consistency. Keep investing, controlling your spending, and finding ways to increase your income. The path may seem long, but remember, time is one of your greatest allies. In 180 days, you can change your mindset, your finances, and finally take the first step toward true financial independence. It's not about having more money, but about making what you already have work for you. With patience and perseverance, the results will begin to appear. If you like this content and feel that it can help others, don't forget to like and share it with someone you know who would benefit. 2. Every small step counts, and together we can achieve a healthier financial life full of opportunities. Don't forget to share these valuable tips with those you love. Let's grow together on this journey to financial freedom.